I just muted. Mister, I swear to God. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Limey, coming at you with some Virtua Fighter 5 news. That's right. Tekken 7 is coming to Virtua Fighter 5. We just got a trailer that dropped earlier today, showing off some new costumes, some new music, and even some new UI. It's going to be coming to Ultimate Showdown. Let's go ahead and take a watch. There he is. Kazuya Mishima. Kazi. Little Kazi. Oh, but it's a Kira. And he got the pink eye. Costume collaboration coming soon. There he is. That's Lau rocking the Heihachi fit. Love that outfit. Great outfit. UI change as well. Looks so sick. I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be cool. I've watched this trailer a few times already, but it's still really neat that this is the world that we live in. So yeah, that was the trailer for the Tekken 7 collaboration pack that's going to be coming here soon. We should be doing some more info on it. But what I want to talk about today is who is going to be what. So let's go ahead and get the obvious ones out of the way. Starting off, we got Akira here. Good boy Akira. He's going to be represented by Kazuya. He's going to get the Kazuya costume. Kazuya, the main character of Tekken. Real main character is the Mishima family as a whole, but he is the go-to protagonist for the Tekken 7 story, or for the Tekken franchise. He's the go-to protagonist for the Tekken franchise. The other one that we saw is gonna be Lau, and Lau is gonna be wearing Heihachi's outfit. This is the regular art. This is not the costume we saw in the trailer, but this is the character. The character Lau's gonna be is gonna be this guy Heihachi. Which made sense. Kira, main character. Kazuya, main character. Lau, old fighter. Heihachi, old fighter. He's the really only old fighter in the game outside of Leroy. Let's walk through the rest of the cast, shall we? Pai. So Pai, very quick, very nimble fighter. A lot of evasive techniques, a lot of sweeps, a lot of tricky attacks, back turn attacks. There's only really one character you think of when you think of Pai, and that's Xiao Yu. Will we get this version of the costume? Maybe not. We might get the orange top with the black pants one, but I feel like Xiao Yu being the costume for Pai is a pretty solid sell. Now, if we're living in a world where there is, you know, females getting male costumes and vice versa, there might be more to talk about, but you know, we don't know. That is the go-to though. I feel like that's a pretty solid pick for Pai. The only really other one I could think of, maybe Lily, but that's not nearly as strong as the Pai Xiao Yu connection. Wolf. Wolf is a pro wrestler, a lot of grabs, a lot of powerful mids. Again, immediate go-to character. King immediately. Definitely, like, that's a lock. That's an easy one. You're gonna see that one right out of the gate. For sure, you're gonna get King for that costume. I don't really know who else it could even be. It could, in theory, be Gigas, but I doubt it. It could be Marduk. Doesn't tread as well as King. Go-to wrestlers of both franchises. The way to go. There is another luchador we can look at though, and we'll touch base on them here in a second. Jeffrey, my man. The big brawler, the big tough guy. Jeffrey has a couple options. The first one, not a lot of people think about, Gigas. Gigas is that rough and tough grappler, you know, solid fundamentals, high damage, very scary, very strong character. But his inspiration, and who I really think is going to be the costume for Jeffrey, Fred Marduk. That is like the go-to easiest choice in the world. That is the powerhouse, that is the brawler, that is a scrapper, that is a street fighter. Easy choice. Some people are also saying Jack is another possibility. And I could see it. I'll be honest. I could see Jack definitely being a possibility. I just feel like having Marduk sort of embody that like strong man, violent fighter archetype is what they're going to be going for Jeffrey. Now, Kage is an interesting one. Kage is the ninja of Virtua Fighter. And Tekken now has 3 ninjas to choose from. We have 3. We have 3 to choose from. The first one that comes to mind is, of course, Yoshimitsu, the original ninja. He's got a sword, yes, but he is of the Manji clan, the ninja samurai weird clan. That is an option. It could be a different version of the Yoshimitsu costume, but that is the first choice. Now, operating on our theory that we can have males wearing female costumes and vice versa, we had the ability to pit 2 more characters, which I think actually fits a little bit better. Specifically this one here, Master Raven. For those of you that aren't familiar, or if Tekken 7 was your first fighting game, Master Raven is not the original iteration of this character. There is another character known simply as Raven, who was this ninja before. He had sort of the same aesthetic as you would see like for Blade. If you guys remember the vampire movie Blade, he had that aesthetic going on, and this person here, Master Raven, is his mentor. So we might see a variation of that costume for Kage. The other one, less likely to see, would be the newest ninja included, Kunimitsu. It's a possibility, but again, I feel like this costume's a little bit too flamboyant for something that Kage would wear. I feel like he would be much more in the vein of Raven. All right, next up we got Sarah. Sarah actually has a lot of options. Sarah has a lot of options, especially if we're including male characters. If we're including female characters, only female, the first choice, the known assassin of Tekken, Nina Williams. She has the look, she has the aesthetic. Fighting style isn't exactly the same, but this costume would be incredible on Sarah. Yes, same voice actress. Mr. pointed that out in the chat. Same voice actress too. I feel like this is kind of the shoe-in. This is the one that people are expecting. Now, will it be this one or the original purple fit? We don't know, but I feel like Nina is going to be the character we're going to see for Sarah. Some other options include her sister Anna, not as strong, but if we're to include male characters, that gives us a couple of options. Option number 1, Lee Chao Lan. He has the most similar fighting style to Sarah. He uses a lot of Savate kits, similar to how Sarah does. He does not have Flamingo, that is locked behind Huaron, but a lot of the other kits Lee actually has. The other one, Huaron. This is probably the least likely one of them all. Jackie. Jackie is the G-Team Do fighter. There's really only one choice. Leroy, martial law. This is most likely the immediate go-to. I mean, it's G-Team Do fighters, a dime a dozen. Jackie is sort of the odd one out because he doesn't have black hair. He doesn't look like Bruce Lee, but I imagine he's going to be getting either this costume or the yellow jumpsuit that martial law has that's inspired by the Bruce Lee movie. Chun-Li is an interesting one. If this was Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 6, I would immediately say Wang Jinrain, but he's not in this game, so we got to stick with Tekken 7 cast. Tekken 7 cast, there's only really one fighter that is going to have the drunken style. It's Lei Wulong. It's this guy here. He is the drunken fighter. He, I think, would be the best fit for Chun-Li. I think so, and I don't even know if there's any other cast member that could even come close to being better for Chun-Li than Lei Wulong's outfit. I would like to see Chun in the police get-up that we have here. Leon is an interesting one. I'm not entirely sure. This is probably one of the harder ones to name. I feel like this is a very, very hard character to name. There's not a real perfect overlap. He's a very unique character. We have a few guesses for him. The first one that immediately comes to mind looking at the roster is Leo. Leo has a similar general frame and aesthetic, albeit a completely different martial art, but we're not worried about that, right? These are just costumes. So Leo is probably, just looking at the roster, the first one that's going to come to mind when you think about that. Some other ones that you could potentially see, they could go crazy and get permission from Square Enix to use Noctis. I don't think they would. They could go with Lars. He does spend a lot of time in that hunched over position in his gameplay. In terms of females, he could potentially be, this would be another case where we have another Lily option if they do that, but I doubt that's gonna happen for a case like this. There is even a possibility that he could be Claudio. Leon's a hard one. Leon's gonna be a surprise. I think Leon's gonna be one of the surprising ones. Maybe Lee Chaolan, maybe. I don't think they would give Lee to him. Aoi is a no-brainer. Aoi's a no-brainer. That's Asta. That is Asta. That's just gonna be Asta. Asta has the parry. She has the general look. That's going to be an easy pick. That's not even up for debate. Aoi's gonna be Asta. Leif, I think this one won't be a surprise. I really do think of the current roster in Tekken, Feigned is the most appropriate. They are both warrior monks. They both practice Chinese martial arts. They both have similar striking attacks. I feel like this is going to be the pick. Will it be this specific costume? No. I think it will be his Tekken 7 costume with the gauntlets and the chains. And if so, that'll be sick. Sega, please. That'll be super cool. But I feel like this is a no-brainer again. A lot of these are going to be no-brainers. Feigned is the most appropriate, bar none. Leif becoming Leroy. Vanessa. So, I think Vanessa is going to be one of two characters. She's either going to be Anna Williams, or the one that I really think they're going to go with is Katarina. I think Katarina is going to be the pick that they do for Vanessa. Very similar design aesthetics. The pants, the sports bra, the overshirt. I think those are the two biggest choices for Vanessa. Now, if we're including male characters, Brian Fury has a very, very similar design in his newest iteration with the open shirt, camo shirt, pants. And then the other one being Marduk, because Marduk is the Valetudo fighter. But I feel like Katarina's the one that they're gonna go with. If they did a male character for her, I would like her to be Brian. Josie is another one. She could be Josie. That is a possibility. I just don't want to see Josie, you know? Brad has a lot of options. Both being kit boxers, Brian is the go-to, but some people in the chat did mention another possibility could be Claudio. They're both Italian, and Brad could definitely pull off that suave demeanor. Another one we could see, you know, if they did give him a female costume, it could be Josie. You could also see Brad being Miguel, both kind of the womanizer, almost street punky design. And last one, Bakumram, if they're gonna go pure Muay Thai and just turn him into this. Brad has a lot of options. So Brad's got plenty to choose from. Go has some strong choices. The first one, and all of them are really funny. The first one is Sergei Dragunov. He has the locks, he has the grabs, he has the rolling techniques. Utami sort of fits into that ideal style you see Dragunov fighting. I feel like Dragunov would be a pretty strong pick there. Another one that I think would be hilarious. I think it would be hilarious is if they gave Go Paul, because they're both judo users. They could also do Devil Jin. That is an option. They could do this Devil Jin costume or the new Devil Jin costume, since he's the rival to Akira, the guy who was sent to take care of Akira. You could go on that angle. Jin hates his dad. Go hates Akira. Eileen. If there was a god in this realm, they would remove this character entirely, but they won't, because they hate us. Immediate one, Lucky Chloe. Ooh, Lucky. I would not like to see it. She could also be Josie. She could be Alyssa. She could be Lily. There's even a part of the world where you see that she could be Zafina. Unfortunately, I have to see Lucky Chloe in another game. Hellblaze. Hellblaze is the luchador of Virtua Fighter, and I feel it's only fair to give him the other luchador spot. I think this is going to be Armor King. Armor King has a lot more of the high-flying acrobatics in his gameplay than King does. He has a lot more of the throws that you would expect to see out of El Blaze. He plays up the luchador aspect a lot more than Teen does, and so I feel El Blaze is gonna be Armor King. and Teen is gonna be Wolf. Whichever one, the first one doesn't get, the other one will. Taka. All right, hear me out on this one. Taka. The immediate thought for Taka is Donry. That's the immediate thought. I don't like that thought. I want to see something crazy. You could see Bear, but I really think the big potential for Taka to get a Sith costume is Bob. I think Bob Taka Bob would be sick. I think that would be super cool. And then the last one, John Cujo. We're going to end it on a no-brainer. You know, if they did males wearing females, Lydia would be the immediate go-to, but they're not. We already know John is going to be Jin Kazama. He's the karate fighter. He is the pretty boy. They have very, very similar movesets. He's gonna be Jin. And that's going to be my guesses for who's getting which costume in this Virtua Fighter 5 DLC pack. Now, as of the time of this recording, there is still the developer roundtable. It's going to be happening later this evening. Some of the things people have been wanting. Tournament mode still in beta. There's no PC port. There could be a patch for the netcode. I know we can't really add rollback to this version outside of its very time-consuming and strenuous process, but I think that we might have more. They might have something to talk about at the roundtable. Either way, this DLC looks really cool. I'm excited that we're going to have that crossover between Tekken and VF. We might see some VF costumes in Tekken. That would be really nice. But I think that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for hanging out. Stay tuned for more updates and videos in the future. Y'all stay wise. Peace.